want to do is talk about your duty and obligation to sell and market physical therapy and why we need to be doing that and what's holding you back. So many people tell me, Aaron, I have no plans to expand beyond myself. Aaron, I only want to get busy. I only want my practice to get busy. I only see 20 people a week and that's it. Okay, great. That means that you've run away from a shitty job and you've built yourself a new job. And I can absolutely help you do that. I've helped hundreds of, maybe even thousands of people do that. So here's what I think we need to do and you need to get over is the fact that you're not the only one out there that's good. You're not the only one out there that's good at physical therapy. You might be the only one in your town who's willing to take a little bit of risk to do the right thing and figure out if it works. But I know it works. How many people are you gonna see a week? 25 if you're 26 if you're me? 40? Maybe 50 people if you're seeing half hour and then you're gonna work yourself into the ground? Is that it? Is that enough people? What's the stupidest shit you've heard a patient say this week about something a physician has told them? Elizabeth Kennedy posted in our mastermind group a couple weeks ago that she had a patient who was being told she needed to have one of her metatarsals fractured because the first surgery she had shortened one, and now her continued pain was due to like the third and fourth metatarsals on her right foot still being longer than the first and second. I mean, what kind of stupid shit is that? Here's my point, is that people are still being told terrible stuff. Like you need surgery because your bones are too long now because before we told you we shortened them. I mean, I don't even know how explain this. If patients are being told they have bursitis when it's a piriformis issue, when it's a hamstring, when it's a core instability, and they're being given injections for bursitis and they're walking around saying my bursa is a problem, and they point to their lower back, and you're like, who's responsible? I'd say you're responsible, but you and I just can't go educate physicians, right? What we can do is educate the public. And it's like, what I'm saying is it's not enough for you to just treat 30 people a week and say, hey, I've done my part. What do you need to do? Learn how to market directly to patients. And then you need to learn how to sell physical therapy. And then once you got those, or you've got a busy practice just because people really like you and you're good socially, or maybe you're just a pelvic floor therapist and there's an absolute underserved need, it's not good enough to say I'm busy and I got a 3-week wait list. It's not good enough to say I only seen 20 people a week, Aaron, I want to see 35. Your goal should be, how can I serve 100 or more patients a week? Maybe 1,000 patients a week. Your goal should be bigger than you and your safety net, because it works if you do it right and you're willing to continue the journey. It's not good enough to just sit there and say, hey, I've got this great way of treating patients. Let me go teach an online course. Great. What about the people in your community? You need to go out and train some other PTs to work for you in your community so you can double, triple, quadruple, 10x your unique healing powers. If you're busy and you have too many patients and you're starting to get a wait list, it's not good enough to just say, okay, I'm busy, I'm safe. No. There's too many good jobs as PTs. You need to take a risk. You need to take a risk for the people that are about to go get surgery when they've never had PT before. Think about that. Think about the person who doesn't know you exist, thinks all you do is hot packs, leg lifts, and ultrasound, and they're about to go get a bunionectomy. They're about to go get spine surgery when they've never had PT. They're about to go get their hip cleaned out because nothing shows up on the MRI or X-ray. They're about to go get their metatarsals fractured and shortened because they have pain in their foot. That maybe if you pressed on their posterior tib or their anterior tib or their medial gastroc, it would reproduce their symptoms. Or the person that gets a tooth extracted because they have a trigger point right up here. So if there's one thing that you need to know, you need to understand the conversation in your customer's head. Because it's your ethical obligation as a healer to learn how to sell your healing therapy. Because if you do not learn how to sell your healing therapy, not enough people are going to get it. And then it's your obligation as a business owner and healer to help as many people as possible. And if you're not full, your sales or your marketing is broken. If you are full, then you need to hire a team member and train them